Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome. You know, you just dueled for 72 hours straight, the first day of which was filled with cheaters, exploiting DC no point loss glitches, in a meta that was probably, at least in my opinion, not the worst, but not fun. Why the heck don't we do a little bit of a single elimination tournament, get some money, huh? You know the rules, though. Every single week, without fail, rain or shine, sleet or snow, there will be the Meta Weekly. However, we can also yap a little bit. Depending on how quickly the tournament goes as well, because I don't expect it to be too large today, as many people are probably going to be burnt out. We might play a little bit on the ladder afterwards, depending, again, how quickly it goes. Throughout as well, I do want to put my thoughts together as far as what I would like and what I think we're gonna get from a ban list. Forbidden Maxi. Ah, yes. The OCG ban list did come out. I'm sure many of you, of course, have seen it. Actually, a fairly sizable one. There's definitely a lot of memeing about the one thing that people are talking about in chat, which is Maxi to 2. But, let's be honest. That's still a move in the right direction. Even if it's a baby step, it is a move in the right direction. And, as I said, all things else considered, it was a pretty sizable ban list. So, doesn't necessarily mean too terribly much for us. In the TCG or dueling specifically, which is obviously the primary thing that we're here for, but still worth noting. We can yap about it a little bit. I can just kind of give my thoughts. Let's go ahead and we'll come back to this. So first things first, Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal going to 0. That was to be expected. Obviously a very good hit. We got it here in the TCG as well. Likely should come in Master Duel sooner rather than later. Excuse me. Otherwise, Dryden coming back. That's good. Masterpiece is probably the one in the limited section that I'm most excited to see people cook with, because it's one of those cards that gets hyped up as being really, really scary. But I actually wonder if this is going to be, this is basically what if Dragon Rulers, but they didn't wait so long and potentially it could actually be good. I think Diagram's at 1. I could be wrong. Don't quote me, though. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon coming back is pretty funny. Okay. Phantom of Yubel to 1. That's a very good hit. Chandra to 1. Also a very good hit. Pretty much slaughtering a good chunk of the Snake Eyes and Fiendsmith engine. We got Dia Bellstar going to 1, Engraver to 1, Track to 1, Bonfire to 1, Poplar to 1. On God, Jesus Christ. Can I send you the link? It's, you have to be subbed to DLM to join it. This is one of the few sub-only tournaments in the community. Is it toxic? Masterpiece can be extremely difficult for some people to out, or for some decks to out, because it becomes immune to, typically it becomes immune to 2 of the 3 card types in the game. So like, for example, if you make it immune to, what's a good example? Spell and monster effect. Like, what can you do? You have to have a trap that deals with it. How many people play traps that deal with it? Not many. On top of that, it's also just a really strong boss monster. It probably won't necessarily do anything, but I just like to see it come back when it's not so clearly been crept out of any playability. But all these hits to like the Snake Eyes, Tenpai, Yubel, Fiendsmith stuff is very good. Like, you can't be really too mad about this. If we had gotten this into TCG, which obviously we weren't going to get, we would probably be incredibly happy. Typhon can't out it, right? I don't believe so, if it's immune to monster effects, because the protection is a continuous effect, not an activated effect. But don't quote me on that one. Everything in the limit 2, kind of whatever. Probably the most interesting one, of course, is Maxi going to 2. Now, obviously, they do have the new Mulchummy, which means they now have 5 Max Cs instead of 6. So, did you really fix the problem? But again, still moving in the right direction. So that's obviously a good thing. And then in the Unlimited, nothing really of note. Pretty much everything you would expect. So, overall, good list for the most part, at least in my opinion. Obviously, the elephant in the room is going to be the fact that this probably positions Ryziel to be like the undisputed best deck in the format, although I did see a lot of discussion that this potentially allows people to move towards breaker strategies instead of needing to run 30 hand trap decks or 20 hand trap decks. So that will be interesting to see if people actually end up going that route. But anyways, what am I looking at here, Marco? Click this link. I'm sure nothing bad will happen here. What am I looking at here? Marco, what am I looking at here? I don't get it. Enz, thank you so much for the resubscription, my dude. Appreciate you. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so we're saying that the semi-limit doesn't matter. I got you. Hello, Nerdguard, by the way. So yeah, overall, I think if I was an OCG player, I'd probably be mostly fine with this. But I also don't have the full context of their meta. But it looks good. It's a really big list, and it seems like it hit a lot of the things that people would be particularly annoyed over in pretty substantial ways. So that's cool. Terratop should have gone to 3. Yeah, probably. But, you know. Alright, we got about 7 minutes for the start of the tournament. So, I think I should start things off. Oh. In my completely unbiased opinion, the first thing that needs to happen with a potential ban list, unlimited, is Magispector Tornado. I have no reason to want this other than this card should not be limit 1. Why they gotta do my boys like this? I agree. Salmon Great Roar should be unlimited. Should we throw a band in here? Probably not going to actually ban anything. Banned. Salaman Great Roar. Actually, that's a good one. Ban Bish Balkan. Also... You know what else needs to be banned? How do we want to do this? Screw these limit 1s. Bork the turtle. Get it the hell out of here. Hello, Corin. Limit 3 Scepter. So when it comes to Star Seraph, I actually, this might be a controversial take. So for Star Seraph, people are saying hit the Scepter. I actually think Scales is way more toxic. Scales is way more toxic. You know what the most frustrating thing? Like, Star Seraph, it feels like you can play against the deck fairly well, except in one scenario. You know what that scenario is? Skill. Set Scales from hand. Scales from deck. Summon one. Make 3 mat. Xyz. Trigger chair from hand, draw 2, draw 1, etc. Next turn, you summon from hand, draw 2. I hate this so much. They literally plus like so many damn cards because of scale. That's the truly toxic part of Star Seraph, in my opinion. So, how do we want to do this? That's not even the worst case scenario. Worse is when normal scepters change chair. I don't know, man. I feel like I win many games when they don't double scales me into a chair, and I lose so many games where they do because of the immense card advantage difference. So just limit 3 stick will be good. Well, what's the difference between hitting scales and ensuring that I don't know. I think scales is way more toxic of a card. Star, Seraph, Scepter, or Scales. All cards in their deck. Ban Scales? I mean, sure. The other thing... I could also see... I was gonna say you could also technically hit another one of their monsters to 2. But that's probably overkill. It's probably a limit 3 and a skill change. There are so many rank 4 decks at the moment. Do you think we should hit any rank 4 Xyz? Not really. Like, objectively speaking, what are the rank 4 Xyz that are problematic? Problematic rank 4s. Dweller. Exciton Knight. Photon Tap. How do you spell its goddamn name? Exiton is fine. Exiton is very problematic with skills that allow you to summon it with any 2 Xyz. Photon. Papil operative. Okay. Alright, let me go ahead and get the tournament started, and then we'll continue yapping. Okay, tournament start. The tournament has begun. Okay. Are we forgetting my man Roland? What about Roland? Photon Papillary Operative isn't problematic. I disagree. But I can understand why you don't see it as problematic. But basically, any skill that gives a free rank up instantly becomes an OTK strategy. We have, and they're not gonna like change that, so. Or they're unlikely to, anyways. Let's go ahead and get the music on. They can simply restrict the extra deck to not play Utopia. Yeah, how exactly do you make it that specifically restricted? Only rank 4s? So you want them to make it only rank 4s when they very specifically give you a rank up spell as part of the skill, which is used to, which in theory goes into your rank 5 boss monster. I don't think you thought that one through, Cole. You're getting like weirdly restrictive at that point. If you can limit one a card like Bish Balkan, why can't you limit one a card like Photon Papillary Operative? Is it really that big of an issue? As example. I don't know. Well, we can talk more about this later. Let's go ahead and get a match up on the screen while we yap. I do think it's going to be interesting, though. I think there are several things that Konami needs to somehow solve. And I don't know if they're going to be able to without some pretty aggressive hits. Which I'm not convinced they're going to do. But we can yap about it. Can you write under unlimited Roland because Nur asked nicely? Hans, do you think this list is complete? Do you look at what I've written down and go like, oh yeah, this is clearly all that Grand thinks needs to be hit? Yes, question mark, I don't know. So you think that I believe, all right, YouTube, all we need to do is ban Bish Balkan, Catapult Turtle, put Star Seraph Scepter or Scales to 3, Unlimit Magispector Tornado, meta saved! Thank you! Suppy, thank you so much for the follow. Alright, come on now. I want to watch this match, but you guys are slow rolling making a room. Let's just go ahead and find another one. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna keep it real. I'm mostly gonna yap about my ban list thoughts here for the first little bit.
Duel.
Stuff will just be on in the background. Alright, so let's talk about Lyrilisk. For Lyrilisk, I really don't. Lyrilisk did not necessarily this is like a really tricky one because on the one hand, good players can deal with it. On the other hand, it is so incredibly annoying and toxic of a deck. But one thing they think they can do is put Cobalt Sparrow and Recital Starling to 3. This does a couple things. Number one, removes any limit 3s from the deck because you need to play both of those. And most likely what you're going to end up doing is running one Cobalt Sparrow and two Recital. Both of these cards are free, and by putting them both to 3, you're not technically hitting any cards that were added to the were purchased, and the deck is still completely playable. I think Sanctuary to 1 would help with the deck to make Nightingale not get a lot of materials easily. I agree, but at the same time, the problem with that is it's kind of you have to hit the deck without completely getting rid of the gimmick. And I think Cobalt and Recital to 3 hits the deck sufficiently without killing it and not hitting any cards that people bought. So that would, and I don't think the skill is a problem. There's so many outs to Nightingale though. I think you are overestimating the ability to the average deck to deal with Nightingale. Like, realistically, what are you running in the average deck? What, Book of Eclipse? Just everyone be on Book of Eclipse? First of all, Book of Eclipse does not deal with the fact that they can chain to be indestructible. So now you have to deal, you have to destroy them while they're face down, not by battle. How many decks can actually do that? A lot, but not as many as you think. You need to rein the deck in while leaving it playable, but making sure that it's not going to be a ladder like menace, a true ladder menace. And I think this is one way to do it. If we all played a good deck like first of all, doesn't Live Twin just get farmed by Lyrillist? What are you talking about? Skill changes. Lyrillist skill is fine. Actually, you know, I think the one thing I could see about changing they're not going to change the skill, but I don't think they need the replacement. Just having the Foolish is probably enough. Like, hi Psycho, thank you so much for the resub. I really, really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. It's not over the top though, so it's not like it needs to be changed. But if they changed the Lyrillist skill to not replace one monster on the field, I think it would be fine. But yeah. Eclipse skill is fine. Thinking something like that so far. Thank you very much, Metal. I really appreciate that. By the way, Cobalt Sparrow isn't the real issue. Well, yeah. If you put Cobalt Sparrow and Starling Recital to 3, you're never going to give up all your copies of Recital. You're either going to run 1, which is very problematic, or you're going to run 2, and that means only 1 Cobalt, which means that you only have 1 card to make your monsters untargetable, and it makes it incredibly much more susceptible to being like interacted with like Crow or whatnot. Because I guarantee you almost everyone would run 2x Recital, 1x Cobalt. 100%. Anyone going one recital is crazy. You need to in that situation.
Duel.
Cobalt and Recital to 3 makes the deck more pay to win because you would probably want to replace Eclipse with Droplet. I mean, I can't sit here and worry about stuff like that, Dwan. Because even then, I don't think that necessarily makes the deck better. Star, Seraph, Skill. I've seen a couple E Felix, we're not done yet. I've only done like 2 things so far. Star Seraph Skill. Make effect what is it? Effect 3. The replace 1. Replace 1 on field once per duel. I think the first part where you get 2 bodies being every turn is probably fine. I think the replace should be once per duel. I don't know if that's enough, but that's probably enough. I'd be a little concerned about skill 2. Set the rank up. That's not a bad one. That's not bad. Okay, if you set the rank up, you also then can't use it for Sage. That's good, actually. Also, set the rank up. No more using for Sage. Yeah, that's actually not a bad change at all. That's probably actually a pretty good one. Tinkerbell, can you, like, not make my window let in all the light? Uber? She's like doing the cat equivalent of throwing all the blinds open, letting in all that natural sunlight. Do we run an out to getting Bish Balkaned? Probably not. Also, since Metal went through the effort of showing off the breakdown, would be rude of, or rather to count it out, would be rude of me to not show it. Thank you as always, Metal, for helping out today. In today's tournament, we have 33 players after drops. About what you'd expect after the KC Cup. 6 Star Seraph, 5 Lyrilisk, 3 Shadal, 2 Defleur, 2 Dogmatica Defleur, 2 Shark, 2 Time Thief, 1 Borrelink, 1 Dark Magician, 1 Fluffle, 1 Hands, catch these hands, Mech Knight Crusadia, Necroz, Ogdoadic, Red Eye Zombie, Shiranui, and Wind Witch. Yes, it is single elimination. Okay. So, Borrelink. This is an interesting one. Because Borrelink has, like, weirdly dodged a lot of ban lists at this point. And, like, it's a good deck. I don't know how much more you really need to... How do we tone down Borrelink? Because, like... Skill 2 can be turned 2 onwards. One change... One change that I have seen that I do like, free Link 2 requires opponents to have monster on board, not just graveyard. But I can also see or turn 2 onwards. That's a... I've also seen people say, don't allow them to get Lancia. I guess, but it's not that big of a deal in my opinion. I don't feel that's what makes the deck broken. Searching floodgates is always cringe. But, like... How often is that truly determining things? It's kind of like, is that what is making the deck good right now? I don't think so. Plus, I mean, sure, only search Dark, Cybers, or Dragons. Like, that's fine. Like, deck-wise... I feel like you kind of maybe need to approach this from... where I think they should have done it from the beginning, which is quick launch to 3. My brother in Christ, why do you get free cards? Please get rid of that trash. So Neo, you have to realize what are modern Duel Links free plus skills doing? They are trying to solve the forever problem of going second. Hey, Deku. A bonus against an established board is a good thing. Makes rogue decks unable to compete. You need a similar skill. I agree. That is a problem, but that's a problem you can solve, in theory. What about rogue decks? Also, did we literally just out the Bish Balkan lock? That's pretty impressive. Make generic go second skills. Now, obviously, there is a skill. Overlay control is a good start for good generic style skills. It gives you a free card that you wouldn't play otherwise. Does anyone consider overlay control to be broken? I don't think so. Now, obviously, you get that one regardless of going first or second. But you could also imagine, you know, a version that overlay control gets a small additional benefit if you go second. Would that be a problem? No, probably not. Like, I don't want to say you need to do this to make this skill good.
Duel.
But imagine if overlay control had a second effect that said something like, if your opponent controls a monster, you may send your overlay network to the graveyard to add a monster, or to add or summon a monster of the same level as one on your field, or something, whatever. If overlay control also had that going second benefit, would that be a problem? Probably not. The skill would probably still do about what it does now. Like, you can design going second abilities that are fair but give a benefit into established boards. I don't think that's necessarily a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's an achievable thing. Let's go ahead and notify some players. Goomba, you need to check in. We got Wind Styles and Sebastian. Check in. Please stop with free card advantage, Konami. Neo, what do you not understand about the massive benefit of going first? Do you not want him help player 2 playing into a board? Like, why is that a problem? When are we addressing Striker? We'll get there. I'm going down the list. So, if we put Quick Launch to 3 and change the skill, I don't think you need to hit anything else, because realistically speaking, at that point, you're probably doing something like, you're not running Silver Rocket because you probably want to run a Levianeer and 2 Quick Launch. I could be wrong, but I think this would be enough to tone the skill down while still keeping it playable. Or the deck, rather. Playing around interruptions without using your cards or normal summons makes me sick. Like, what are you talking? What do you mean exactly? You realize most skills give you a chance to interact if they give you a free card, right? An exception would be something like Floor, which obviously we will talk about. But most, obviously the free Link 2 from Boral, you can respond to the activation of its effect. I mean, getting a free Link is obviously an issue, in compared to like monsters being put face down and then being able to flip up and then respond to it. Odd Eyes advanced to 3? I don't think you need to do that. Like, realistically speaking, I don't think you need to do that. Okay. Time Thief, I don't really think you need to do anything to Time Thief. Hello, by the way, Subaru. Time Thief is a perfectly fine deck, in my opinion. Get absolutely farmed. Wind Witch, nothing we need to do there. Okay, Sky Striker. Sky Striker. Why are we not playing? What's going on here? Are we shadow dueled? Not right now, Tinkerbell. Move. Shiki, you need to check in. Pet the damn cat. No, I can't! I refuse! Well, this is kind of upsetting. I literally can't, I can't finish this match until they're done shadow dueling. Okay. Sky Striker. I think, first things first, is putting Eagle Booster. Putting Eagle Booster to 1. You could put multi-roll to 1, but I don't think they're gonna do that. I would prefer multi-roll to 1. But the main thing is Eagle Booster is what allows the deck to truly become a problem. So what would Eagle Booster to 1 do? Well, right away it's going to remove terraforming, which most decks, not most, a lot of decks aren't even necessarily playing terraforming, or some of them. You probably are But at the bare minimum, it's going to remove that free additional card in the graveyard to help Eagle Booster become truly live, or all of them. I've seen some people talking about maybe wanting to change the Dark Rays or the skills in some fashion. So like Link Dark Rays. So right now you can buff anything. One potential change I could see them doing to help stop the OTK potential of the deck Link Dark Rays style skills plus 500 attack boost only applies to appropriate monsters, i.e. Dark Links. Otherwise, plus 300. All right, Time Thief taking game number 1 here. I believe this one was a bugged game, so we go to game 2. So if you change the skill to something like this, you can still use it, and the plus 1500 life points is obviously still good. And for a deck like Unchained, you would have basically no effect. But if they release something like Link Storm Rays, what do you mean? What do you mean Link Storm Rays? For wind? I mean, I mean, first of all, that feels like a deal with it when we get to that situation. And it's probably less of an issue, and there's probably other ways that we can deal with it. I think this is a decent way to not murder these decks, but make them a bit more appropriate. Like, I don't know. I'm just sort of spitballing here. The other idea would be to give them another limit 2 or another limit 3 to further reduce some of their power cards. So right now, for example, Widow Anchor's at 2 and Mobile and Engage is at 3. 3 Engage, I'm gonna keep it real with you. 3 Engage and 20 cards is really dumb. Like, incredibly dumb. Like, beyond giga dumb. So, like, put a commonly used spell to 3 as well. Without 3 Engage, I can't see the deck doing much anymore. You're talking about a 20-card deck, Moister. Oh, what's a good example? Afterburners or something? It would be barely better than the archive skill. You're joking, right? The other thing you could do, which I don't think is going to happen, is put Eagle Booster to 2. And then put multi-roll to 1. If you do something like this, then they only have 1 Widow Anchor, 1 multi-roll. If you deal with the multi-roll, then you're gaming. You're probably only gonna play. You're probably gonna play either playing double Widow Anchor, no Eagle Booster, or you're playing 1 and 1. I don't know if which is more likely for Konami to do though. It's just kind of hard to say. I'd have to actually think about this one. I don't think they would do this though, even though I think this is probably like the most elegant way to handle it. We see Jasmine here absolutely dominating Gozu on birds. Well done. Let's go ahead and find ourselves another match. Actually, let's go finish that previous match we were doing. So maybe I'll just leave this here as a theoretical way to hit the deck. For now. We can come back to that. We can come back to it, rather. Duel. Let's see. Floor. Okay, Floor. This is a tricky one. How do we hit Floor meaningfully without killing it? That is a very difficult question. Just kill Floor. I think, honestly, this is Floor skill limited to synchros only. Oh, Fusion 2, that's right. Yeah, because she does run a Fusion. Is that enough, though? It's probably not enough. How else do we hit this? Ugh. Maybe when they put the monster, it has to be face down. You're talking about Effect 3. That's not bad. Skill Effect 2 and 3. Summon the monsters face down. Can be flipped face up that turn. Would that be enough? Without killing it? That's probably fine. Is this the final? No, we're like in top 32 right now. Alright, playing Bird Floor. Very weird. Oh my lord, how have I... Sebastian, how have I missed the fact that you're on Sky Striker? Or not Sky Striker. Wind Witch. Okay, I guess I was trying to go back too far. Okay. Yeah, I think if you give those limitations to the floor skill, it's probably fine. Because that leaves a lot of... That does leave a lot of the variants that people probably enjoy up that aren't necessarily all that broken. You can still play Necros. You can still play, like, the zombie version, etc. Gives the opponent more opportunities to interact. Like you could put Sage to 3 to remove limit 3 traps. I don't really think that's needed. You could play Lunalight Floor, you just wouldn't run Xyz. Get over it. Try more, Serena! I don't think you do anything to Shark. Shark is fine. Can we ban the stupid Synchro? Which one is that? Limit 1. What do we do here for... do we need to do... would we need to do more? Would we actually need to... I don't see them banning Tyrant's Tirade, but one is probably fine. Decreases the odds of you seeing it. Allows you to still run it. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Oh, we're just dead. Like, the thing is, Konami very rarely actually bans cards, so I don't see them banning something like Tirade. Nor do... yeah, I don't know. Putting it to 1 is probably fine to just put it in check a little bit, make it less likely that they see it. I don't think Sacred Beast is that big of a problem, honestly. Do we think they do anything to Dark Fluid? I mean, Dark Fluid is such a weird... it's such a weird case. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I never really feel like it's truly overbearing. Like, there are situations where it does feel like... it does feel like, well, guess there's nothing I can do. But that's just kind of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes. Hello, Duel Links free to play. Thank you so much, my dude. I greatly appreciate you. Hopefully you had a lovely stream. We have the Meta Weekly going on right now, but I'm mostly yapping about potential ban list changes. I'm working through it right now in my head. Yapping back and forth with chat about it. Sharks, I don't think they do anything to. Gaia, they don't do anything to. Shadal, they don't do anything to. Suship, nothing. Magispector, free my boy Tornado. What else? Is there any other deck that particularly needs to be addressed? So we've looked at Lyrillist, we've looked at Star Seraph, we've looked at Borolink, we've looked at Striker. Is there any other problematic deck? We'll talk about unbans later. I wanna make sure I potentially deal with every deck that needs to be hit first. Maybe a slap on the wrist for Time Thief. So I did say that I didn't think that Time Thief needed a hit. Do you honestly think that it's... do you really think it warrants a hit? It really doesn't feel like... it doesn't feel oppressive, and I swear every single time I play against it, I just, like, dominate it. And it feels like one of those decks, especially, that if it goes second, it can just, like, lose so hard. I don't know, it just... I would need somebody to justify why it's a problem. Shiranui Samsara to 1. I mean, that's not really a problem. That would just be, I hate the deck. But, sure, why not? Unchained could take a hit? No. Unchained isn't doing anything right now. What are you talking about? What do you even hit in Unchained? You would have to hit multiple cards. Or what do you want to do? You want to remove the limit 3s from it? If it even runs any? I don't think you need to touch Unchained at all. That deck is like one of the most fair decks we've ever had for the meta that it's in. We addressed the Fleur skill. My recommendation was limit to synchros and fusions, and then skill effect 2 and 3 summons the monsters face down that can be flipped face up. That way you can interact with them. I want to keep the skill, like, completely playable. Okay, do we have Book of Eclipse? Can we put these face down? We do not. Okay. We do not have the top 10 KC Cup yet. We know most of them, but not all of them. Because it's not official yet. But a lot of people have kind of yapped about it on Twitter. Dweller to 1. I don't think they're going to hit Dweller. We can technically get to Crystal Wing to be able to negate the Ensemble Blue. But then what? Unfortunately, I think this is just a hard L for Wind Witch here. Lean to, you need to check in. Hole, you need to check in. The most important cards this meta is Eclipse and Droplet. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that. What should happen but won't because Konami. Forbidden Droplet to 3. Book of Eclipse banned Lamau. Or to 1. Book of Eclipse was a huge mistake, in my opinion. will be hard for them to solve for quite a while. They should nerf Lyrilisk a bit. So my recommendation for hitting Lyrilisk was Cobalt Sparrow and Recital to 3. Do you think Book of Moon is more of a problem than TTH in its time? No, I think TTH was much worse. TTH most of the time that you resolved TTH during its time, the game was over. The game was literally over. Droplet to 3 is fair, but I also feel like it's only that good right now because of the meta. Agreed, but I still think it is a limit 3 worthy card regardless. Hello, Draft. The other reason I think you put it to 3... Does it need to be limit 3? No. But it's unfair to players who don't own it and have to use other limit 3s instead. Make it fair. If you want to have the better limit 3 because you were a whale or lucky, that's fine, I guess. It's not actually fine. But you should not get Droplet on top of like whatever other option your free-to-play players are using. So, you know, if people are using Book of Eclipse as their limit 3 answer to some of these, you should not get Book of Eclipse and Droplet. Choose both. And I say this as somebody who whales. Put this to 3. I don't care. Remove limit 3 from Lost Wind. Probably fine. So this is all filed under what should happen, but probably won't. Well, actually, and we're also going to put this underneath the skill changes. Also, having played a bunch of Magispector, Tornado to 2 really sucks. Bump it up, or sorry, at 1 it really sucks. Bump it up to 2. Give us another Tornado. Gosh, dang it. Alright, let's take a quick look at the ban list. Okay, so can anything reasonably come off? In the forbidden section. No, keep all this crap banned. In the limited to 1 section, I guess we can just kind of go by this one by one. Gem Knight Lazuli, no. Stay banned. Hyperion, stay banned. Wolf Riot, would probably be fine, but it's not that big of a deal. Trish at 1 is fine. Draco Berserker is fine. Actually, I think Draco Berserker falling off would... Okay, how much of a problem would Draco Berserker not being limited actually be at this point? Also, the fact that Sebastian won that was pretty incredible. Red Rain is a card that Wind Witches have been starting to play. Unlimits. I'm gonna put it on here, but I may take it off. But I think Draco Berserker is probably fine to come off. It's good, but Casitas? Is this actually the time that we bring Casitas off the ban list? Is it actually? It's really annoying, though. But shh. It could be a problem, though. Let's see, right. So I saw, was it Dwan or Han? Somebody said Pleiades. Dwan. Pleiades could be unlimited. Could Pleiades be unlimited? Pleiades and Ptolemaeus to 2? I mean, isn't that kind of irrelevant? The field spell is really important, Mr. Clapper. You wanna allow them to get to it. So, who would run Pleiades? What is... Thunder or Galaxy? Would that be a So, the concern... Okay, so if Galaxy can run it, it's... The concern is what? That they'll have Pleiades and Felgrand? Unlimit Odd Eyes Raging Dragon. If we do that, what does it let you do? Play Shooting Riser again? So you want Raging Pendulum to be able to Trishula 0 on your turn again? Alright, we're gonna put it here as a maybe for now. Okay. Serious question time, chat. I normally ignore this, but it is worth having as a serious question now. Do we free Salamangreat? If we unlimit Gazelle... If we unlimit Gazelle, and they can now run the trap. Is that a problem? If we free Gazelle, how crazy is that deck with Roar? Is the trap searchable? Technically, yes. In a roundabout way. Let's see what else. I'm gonna put my funny answer that I put on every single unbanned list. Unban Mirror Force. Unban. I want to get randomly Mirror Forced on the ladder. On God, let it happen. Mirror Force is too strong. Be realistic. Yeah, you know. So broken. Okay, I don't really think anything else. I said Magispector Tornado to 2. Get it off the limit 1. Why is that card at 1? Limited to 2. So we have Elemental Hero Brave Neos, Chair, Kiteroid, Crimson Fox, Widow Anchor, Gold Sark, Charge of the Light Brigade. You know what? I'm gonna say it. Let some mill decks have a bit of fun. Charge Unlimited. Charge Unlimited. Let's see. We'll skip over the Sidra stuff for a moment. Here's another hot take. Void Vanishment, Unlimited. Beast to 1. Release Infernoid! Alright, Sebastian takes it. Infernoid is anti-fun? Yeah, well, screw you. I mean, when is ban list coming? We'll probably get an announcement within a week. And then it would be implemented like 2 weeks after that, most likely. Very cool seeing Sebastian win there. Desynchro? No. That is a cringe card used in cringe like FTKs and stuff. That can stay banned for or hit forever. Okay, World Legacy Memory. Here's a hot take. You can fully free Mech Knights. They don't need to be hit. They don't need to be hit at all. Unlimit Mech Knights. Why is this even still on here? Limit 3s. Kluger, stay hit. Beatrice, fine to stay hit. Mech Knight, Purple Nightfall. What are you worried about? Get that out of here. Levianeer is fine. Armageddon Knight is fine. Rocket is fine. Staying hit, I should say. Orcus Harp Horror, Solitaire. Okay, here's a serious one. Is there any reason for Torn Scales to be hit at this point? What is Torn Scales at 3 even keeping you from running? Limit 3 traps. PK Orcus. Oh god, who cares? We're not freeing Trishula. Speedroid, Tri-Eyed Dice, Lamau. Like, Konami not wanting you to run these, like, or these stall cards kind of goes a little far sometimes. Free Nightmare Link 1. No. I said it. Fusion deployment should no longer be limit 3. Did I just break the game? Okay. Why is this card limit 3? I do not understand. Free Dragon Pit and Raging. Are you guys okay? Do you really want? I feel like you could probably do it, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to get. I don't think I want to get hit by Trishula 0 on my opponent's or on my own turn. Deployment, Albaz, fuse the field. Okay, and you can already do that. So what are we worried about? We're worried about that in a situation where you're already, or you're also playing what? Dogmatica Punishment? Oh god. I mean, technically, yes, you could potentially look at Pendulum Call, Dragon Pit Magician, etc. Raging Pendulum Package. Odd Eyes, Raging, Dragon Pit, Pendulum Call. Free Orcus, they die to 1 interrupt? No. Hello, Dick Petty! We're currently talking about our potential ban list right now. So we're talking about what could happen. Alright, how about this, Quantum? I will concede one thing to you. You tell me if this is enough for you. Armageddon Knight. Bring back Mermaid? No. So let's put a star against things that I actually kind of feel strongly about. I think you could buff because Salamangreat. I kind of want that. I definitely want that. I want that. I want that. Want that and that. Keep it simple. The thing about Invoked Casitas is that it basically means that your deck needs an out for an untargetable boss monster. Which is technically already in the game. So, like, it's no different than what we're already dealing with. Draco is Copium. Is it Copium though? They've removed the limitation of these boss monsters before. I mean, yes, anything on the unlimit list is Copium. It's not. They're not going to unlimit anything here. Why would they? Like 99 times out of 100. But it's fun to basically be like, what if they did it? Not unlimited. Anything related to Cyber Dragon. Stay banned forever, Lamau. Get wrecked. Until Cyber Dragon support comes. Unironically, though, I will say this. Unironically, Loom actually hit it right on the head. Cyber Dragons could get unlimited specifically because they're getting released in the new Rush Duel stuff. So it is possible. It is possible. And that's not true, Quantum. It could also happen when they release new Cyber Dragon support to buff it. So, yeah, we got banned Bish Balkan. I hate this card. It should not exist. This I could see happening. This one I don't, but it also should. I think if we put multi-roll to 1, Eagle Booster to 2, on the card side, that probably fixes a lot of Strikers' issues. There is also a skill change. I don't know if this is what they would do. There are a couple different ways they could do it. They could put another card to 3. I don't actually see them doing this, but it would be nice to limit their access to Tyrant's Tirade in some fashion. They also probably are not going to do this. Both of these are like copiums. Probably won't happen. This also will not happen, but I would like to see it happen. This is actually way less cards than I thought. It kind of feels like most of it is skills. So limit 3, Scepter or Scales to 3, Lyralist, Cobalt Sparrow, and Starling to 3, Borrowlink, Quick Launch to 3. Skill changes, Star Seraph skill, make effect 3, replace 1 on field once per duel. Also set the rank up spell, no more using it for Sage, and also no more bluffing. No change to the Lyralist skill. Borrowlink skill, free link 2 monster requires your opponent to have a monster on board, not just graveyard. Or make it turn 2 onwards. Also make it only search Dark Cybers or Dragons. Link Dark Rays style skills, plus 800 attack boost only applies to appropriate monsters, i.e. Dark Links, otherwise you only get the plus 300. This keeps Hayate from being a double attack OTK, which I think is fine. And most other decks are essentially not affected by it. So for example, if you use this skill in your Unchained, you're going to get the boost like every single time anyways. Lure skill, limited to Synchros and Fusions, which are Sherry specific. So this takes out Links and Xyz. They probably won't do this though, if I'm being honest. Because a lot of times they do want you to be able to run at least Links. So it would have to be something like Synchros, Links, and Fusions. Rose Dragon's skill buff. That would be nice, but they're not going to. Skill effect 2 and 3, summon the monsters face down, can be flipped face up that turn. So making it... I actually think they won't do this. I think it's more likely... Do this. Make it so that you can interact with the Necrosynchron and the Sorcière de Fleur. I think that's honestly enough to render the skill much more interactable. The fact that it didn't do that is already weird, because like all these other skills already do it. I guess the only concern is what? Does Sorcière de Fleur trigger on flip summon? Is that what they're worried about? When it is normal or... No, it doesn't even... Okay, so no. Yeah, this would be a perfectly fine change then. What should happen but won't. Forbidden Droplet to 3. Does it need limit 3? No, but it's unfair to players who don't own it and have to use other limit 3s instead. Make it fair. Book of Eclipse should not have come, in my opinion. It should be just removed, but they won't. Potential better option is to put it to 1. That technically means more decks can kind of run it, but so many decks are already running it. I would rather it be a stupid sacky 1 of than to have 3 in like every goddamn deck, flipping my entire board face down. It was a huge mistake in my opinion. Will be hard to solve for a while. Remove limit 3 from Lost Win, probably fine. Eclipse is 100% fine. I hard disagree. I hard disagree. Alright. Okay, we are coming up on the last couple matches in the pre-top 4. We have one match and then we'll go to the top 4. Also, I see you. Thank you for the gifted sub. Hitting up Dr. Alex. Very kind of you, my friend. I greatly appreciate it. And then I just put a bunch of Copium Unlimits. The ones that I'm actually kind of semi-serious about. So we put Casitas, we put Pleiades. The ones that I'm actually like kind of serious about. I'm ready to experiment with Salaman Great having access to Roar again. Why not? Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Draco Berserker probably won't happen, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. I don't think it's that broken compared to other things now. Mirror Force is something that I ask over and over and over again just because it's funny. Like, I want to randomly get hit. Like, just let me randomly throw Mirror Force in decks. Please, I'm begging you. Unlimited Charge of the Light Brigade. I want to let graveyard decks have a bit more fun for a while. I don't see this as a big issue. Mech Knights can be fully unlimited. They're fine. I still don't know why this card is hit. I know people don't like Infernoids, but I think they could come back, but I understand why people don't. I'm not that married to it. Really don't understand why Phantom Knights of Torn Scales is limited in any fashion. Phantom Knights are fine. This is maybe a problem, but also I think it would be funny. Why is this limited? The Raging Pendulum package could probably come back and be fine. It's maybe problematic, but it's also kind of power crept at this point into a level of fairness. All right. ICU, you cannot ignore the free-to-play player population of a game. It's actually very important for any game to have a very healthy free-to-play population. Basically the TLDR is you want people for the whales to be able to beat up. But what you need to do is make the free-to-play players not feel like it's unfair. You need to... How to put it? You need to... When I go onto the ladder, owning basically every card, and go on these massive win streaks, my opponents should not feel like they didn't have a chance at all. Even if my personal odds of winning are higher than them because I'm a whale, they should... Their experience should be like, I had a chance, I could have won, I'll win next time. If you don't do that, if you... I'm not even trying to say you should have the advantage. That's not even what I'm saying. I'm just... Oh, it's hard to explain other than in any game, you need a population of... You need a sufficiently large enough population that there's always people for you to play against. And because your power users are typically going to be better overall, pay piggies want... I don't know. People should coexist in a video game. Well, yes! But also that's not what we're talking about. Think of it as... How to put this? Yeah. These are such bad... The reason that a lot of people don't want skill-based matchmaking is because they want to go... Like, imagine like a Call of Duty without skill-based matchmaking. If you're like a top 10% or top 5%er, you want to go into lobbies and just farm people, right? You want to go in there and just absolutely destroy people. But you also don't want to make it so that the people getting farmed feel like, oh, this is like the worst thing ever. They need to feel like they had a chance. The crunchy way to put it is, a whale wants to bully because their aura is plus 4,000. The free-to-play players need to feel like they can match the whale's freak. Yes! You understand exactly, Dick Petty. Thank you. Alright, so we go needle sealing into a Book of Eclipse. You're still going to be able to get a free draw here. Grabbing the Fuki Midoshi Piper for the following turn. We don't get flipped here, so we will only draw one. We actually probably would have preferred to be flipped here, but the actual answer is that for a truly healthy game, free-to-play should not be a power difference. Free-to-play is how many different decks do you have? Whales have every deck, free-to-plays have less decks. But unfortunately, most games that doesn't actually end up being the case. There tends to be a bit of... excuse me, a bit of a power advantage to being a whale. And all you can really do is try and minimize that as much as possible. The only way you avoid it entirely is if it's a situation where, like, it's like cosmetics only, and you're not getting anything of value from money, which unfortunately something like Duel Links even Master Duel technically, although with the crafting it does minimize it to a much larger degree, because you can just kind of craft what you're missing. We're gonna go for the Protector of the Agents, popping the back row here. And now we can go, oh, bruh. Now okay, no coaching. No coaching. But pretty sure we have lethal here. Why is he using the fairy link? Lets you clear up zone. Okay, two reasons. Lets you clear up zones if you're zone locked in a bad way. So like in that situation, the chair, for example, if you had two bodies on the field and need to clear up to be able to activate your skill 2 effect, and you can clear a back row with it. So we did that, cleared our... Also the Lyrilisk trap. Fair. Goes for the Photon Papillary Operative. We can then rank up. OTK. Some skills bug me. I was a fan of the Blue Eyes skill and Farm Magician skill that lets you just normal summon them for no cost. Wait, did you like those skills or not? I'm kind of confused. Lord Tyrannus, were those good skills or not, in your opinion? Now, we didn't put it on the list, but I did mention that I thought Photon Papillary Operative is a bit of an issue. And probably the Photon Papillary Operative into... But I guess if you change the skill to put the rank up, it makes it a bit easier to deal with. Well, I don't know. Probably doesn't. Probably still worth dealing with in some fashion. I don't know. Does Chronomaly have a chance in this meta or no? Hello, first of all, hello, Taikomu. Good to see you. In this particular meta, pre-ban list, I would say no-ish. But it should be mentioned that the winner of Worlds, Shelmy, one of his 5 decks was in fact Chronomaly, and he did win with that deck, I think more than he lost. I could be wrong. Like, it's a perfectly fine deck. The new skill for it is obviously much better than it was before. Like, you could play it and absolutely win against many people, for sure. I would say the issue right now is just making sure that you have ways to deal with stuff like Lyrilisk. I think that's going to be the biggest issue, is Lyrilisk. Like, I don't know if when the last time you played Taikomu is, but yeah, they the Chronomaly got a new Chronomaly skill I don't know if you played since then. Like, the old Chronomaly skill was fine, but it was a little like crunchy bad, if that makes any sense. Like, it was playable, but there was just so many restrictions. The new one is so much better. So much better. It's like the old one, but good. Oh, well then, yeah. So, here, let me show you what the new Chronomaly skill looks like. It is way better. Hello, Norrentino, by the way. Good to see you, my dude. So here is the new version of the skill, which is called Hope-Filled Chronomaly. You have 3 effects. You can only use the second effect once per duel, and the third skill once per turn. Number 1, you can only normal or special summon Chronomaly monsters, excluding from the extra deck. So the old skill locked you to light Xyz number monsters. You no longer have that extra deck lock. The extra deck is much more open to you, so you can make much more in the way of extra deck monsters. So effect number 2 is send a non-level 4 from your hand to the graveyard to add a non-level 4 from your deck to your hand. And then you get to put a bunch of extra Chronomaly monsters in your extra deck, which basically means you don't have to play those particular Chronomaly monsters, which is good. It means your extra deck can be filled with other non-Chronomaly monsters. So typically what you're going to do with this one is there's a new, you get the Akambe figures, Arkambe, what are they called? Chronomaly Akambe, how do you pronounce it? Akambaro figures. So typically you want to dump the figures to the graveyard and then add like Skull to your hand, and then you make your normal plays. Typically you can make like 2 Xyzs in a turn, like on average. And then the third effect is the level modulation, which just makes it really easy for you to make any rank 3 to 6 Xyz like no problem. So skill is very good. I think you would enjoy it. You would just need to go into the box that has the new Chronomaly support, specifically Akambaro figures, and the new trap, the glyph. Sorry for that little deviation, chat, but always excited to help out a new and/or returning player. Hello, PTRG. Thank you for the resubscription, my friend. I greatly appreciate the support. But what if we don't get into the old box? What do you mean? So still facing down triple back row. "16 months and I never enter a tournament." Well, that's fine. Not everyone is a tournament grinder. I get it. Okay, we are gonna go Ice Bell into Glass Bell. Any interrupters? Plus, I like your rants. If we just go into the Chrono new box without getting the whole... Well, I mean, you want the older cards. You absolutely want the older cards. Like, I'm pretty sure it's borderline unplayable without the old cards, too. Hello, by the way, Sean. So, Sean, did you end up actually... Did you stay over 40k? Did you just say, I'm done? Where did you end up finishing? Atlantis, is it? Taikomu, you get Atlantis for free as part of the skill. So you do have it in your deck. You get all... Which it's like the main... It's any of the Chronomaly Exeses that are specifically named Chronomaly. So you don't get V mana. Wait. Which one is you don't get? No. It's the number... You get the numbered one. Sorry. So you get Chateau Hoyok. You get Machu Mech. You get Atlantis and... What's the other one? I'd have to look again. Oh, wait, you get Utopia? Is Utopia the one you get? I can't remember. We go for the Skill Prisoner, negating the Diamond Bell. What is this meta like right now? Okay, this is not going to be a perfect encapsulation because things are changing a little bit, but it is kind of like this. Star Seraph, which is a rank 4 toolbox deck. Lyrilisk, which is an OTK direct attack strategy. You got Boral Link, which is Duel Links' pseudo Dragon Link style deck. You have Defleur decks, which are... So in this case, there's Thunder Dragon, but they're... The best way to describe them is some Bish Balkan cheese. And then a bunch of other stuff. The meta is both good, but also a little annoying. So this is the most recent tournament, which was on the 18th. And, I mean, J Strong, you have to look at it from the perspective. So, Taikomu, it just mentioned stuff like being tired of... So I'm Snake Eyes, Yubel, Fire King. So that sounds like, you know, TCG or Master Duel, which that one is... The meta's fine. It's just gone on for way too long. It's gone on for like way too long. There's like a desire for change, and unfortunately it's gonna be a while before the change kind of comes. This meta is good, but there are some problematic parts of it that need to be addressed. Most people would say that the meta we had right before this one, before the release of these new decks, was probably one of the better ones. Excuse me. Was probably one of the better ones we've had in a while, even though, again, there's some problematic stuff. Like, we're not going to sugarcoat it and pretend like there's not some problem cards in it. You know, there are some matchups in this one that you'll go up against them and it'll be extremely frustrating. You go up against Lyrilisk without an ability to deal with them, it can be very frustrating. Very, 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 very frustrating. We're hoping that they address it. Like, you don't think Lyrilisk would be a problem, but the 4,000 life point, starting life points, and the fact that Dueling tends to be a little bit more battle-focused, and Lyrilisk has all these ways of dealing with that, excuse me, is a little problematic. Double skill prisoner negate. We're still like giga dead. But we fill 3 back row. We go to battle. Attack 1. Attack 2. Bastion will take. Game number 2. Tying things up 1-1. If there's cheating involved, the results are going to come in later than usual. Yeah, that's true. They did remove a fair number of people on the end of the first day, but they're obviously going to also go through and comb through a lot more of them. Well, thank you for the kind words. That's very nice of you to say. I've been part of the Dueling's community for a while now. I helped moderate the Dueling's Meta Discord for a very long time now. This is actually forgot to have the branding up here. Whoopsie. This is the Dueling's Meta Weekly, which is hosted through the Dueling's Meta Discord. We also host our own events that take place typically Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. This covers both Speed Duel and Dueling, and both Rush Duel. Those ones are completely free to join. Yeah, we've been doing this for a while here, and I don't know, just our little part of the community trying to have fun enjoying this game that we love. So we go to the all important critical game number 3. We're going to go ahead and use our skill, bringing out Sage and Scale, and then another Sage. Going into our boss monster, Star Seraph Sentry. Scale's going to trigger alongside our Sovereignty here. That's going to give us an additional draw 1. Our main goal here is to try and to draw into as many back row as possible. We find 1 and 2, but not 3. Saving 2 cards for the follow-up turn. Now, typically, we've been... Ooh, that is not what you want to see as a Wind Witch player. Wind Witch has a bunch of different ways to get to its main playmakers. Whether it is through the spell, which can become a Rhoda through the skill. Whether it is the tuner, which can also become a Rhoda through the skill. But unfortunately, we are forced to go Freeze Bell into Freeze Bell. We do happen to have Car Turbo, which is going to give us access to a tuner. However, our opponent is going to flip over Needle Sealing. Sentry will be able to protect itself here by detaching all of its material, but Sebastian likely going to get completely wiped. And indeed, that is unfortunate. That is devastating. Wait, hold. Using skill effect number 2, we're able to send back one of our tuners, which Freeze Bell is. Adding a copy of Snowbell to our hand, which becomes a Rhoda through skill effect 2. Sorry, skill effect 3. This will get us to our Ice Bell. Ice Bell into Glass Bell. Both are going to trigger in kind. Hold. Searching for a copy of Blizzard Bell. Now, we are going to get hit by a Book of Eclipse here. Do we have a Lance? Lance will let us make a play here, as we'll be able to keep our Ice Bell on the field. No. We do have 2 back row. And we will get a draw 2 off of this. So if we can survive, we might be in a decent position. So we are back up to 4 cards. We got that draw 1 off of the scales. We draw for the turn. We just need to shut our opponent down for the turn. Ensure that we can get back to our turn. Hopefully limit our opponent's ability to have any back rows. We're going to go Scales into Sage. Revealing Monster Reborn. Bringing back the Scales. So we have not yet flipped this one. We might go for... Are we going to try and cheese OTK with the Papler Operative? Sometimes I would like to go in a tournament, but now that I have a job, I can't stay after midnight to finish the tournament if I get in tops. Narsan, what I would look for is events, single elimination events. So I assume you're referring specifically to the Grand Prix on Wednesday, or are you talking about like today? Like, what time is it for you right now? Because I could probably direct you to tournaments that would fit your schedule. It's 11 p.m. right now. Okay. That does make it a little bit more difficult. Okay, we are gonna go for the... There are Japanese tournaments that you could probably play in. You would just have to use a translator to be able to play in them. I think they would align better with your times. I'm trying to think of any others that... I don't think there's any Western... The last Western tournament... So there was a time that I was hosting... I was hosting tournaments at... So for me right now it is 1 p.m. or 1300. However, depending on how you tell time. I would host it at... let's say 10 hours earlier from now, 9 hours earlier from now. To wake up super early to be able to do it though. But I specifically tried to do it for people like you in your situation. It's the Necrofusion. Okay, that was dead. So we're running Necrofusion specifically to go into the Quintet. I guess I will just say, stay tuned. I will try and find good tournaments for you to join. Because I do think having access to competitive events is very important. Just even if you don't actually join, just knowing that you could. Oh, this is still lethal, isn't it? Ranks up into the Utopic. We can double attack here. Ah, that is so unfortunate. We managed to avoid the OTK, but we needed this to be something else. The double attack from the Utopic Ray Lancer will be lethal. If he hit Lance, I could have gone Quintet. Did you have the 5 in hand? Did you have... Oh, yeah. So you activate the tuner in hand, burn, and then chain... And then not chain, but you activate Necrofusion because now you have 5. You have the 3 in graveyard, 2 on field. Ah, so close. That's unfortunate. Rookies, Destroyer of Fun is here to ruin our Top Cut experience. Good run though, Sebastian. Was a delight to watch you play the deck. Redo the round. You got it. Rookie, you're getting a game loss for being cringe. Okay. Let's notify the top 4. Top 4 has begun. All right, in the top 4 today, we have... Wow. Much variety! Almost! 3 Seraph, 1 Defleur. Can you maybe show the list of the Mech Crusadia? Yeah, we can look at it afterwards. When Seraph was slowly exiting the meta game, everyone cheered. Now that it is back, everyone wants it dead. Yeah? How is that weird? How does that not make sense to you? Everybody hates whatever is the best deck in the game, regardless of format. This should be of no surprise to you. Why do I hate you? One of life's mysteries, my friend. Alrighty, we have our first match lined up, just waiting for both players to show themselves. So also, while we wait, a quick reminder. We are approaching the release of the New World, which, okay, first of all, can we talk about this? Can we talk about this? Where's it at? Where's it at? So for those of you that don't know, they literally copy-pasted all of the text here for the upcoming release of Go Rush World. A special countdown bonus in celebration of the addition of a new world. A new dueling format will be available soon. Yeah, what format is that? What new dueling format is going to be available soon, Konami? Cross duel? Let's go! Ooh, wait a second. Hold on now, though. If this new character and ticket, okay, it's probably for Rush Duel only, which is cringe. But if this also applies to Speed Duel characters and skills as of this date, that's actually really nice. But it's probably Rush Duel stuff. Unlucky. But as I was saying, we will be having our last year 1 Rush Duel tournament on the 29th. And then following that, we will have a stream on Tuesday the 1st of that week, where we will be playing new Go Rush meta. And then I probably am going to do another tournament for Rush Duel on the 3rd, which is Thursday. So we'll have the Speed Duel tournament on Tuesday or Wednesday like normal, but then we'll have another Rush Duel tournament on the following day, the 3rd, pretty sure, for new Rush Duel World, new Rush Duel box. The 29th will not be anything new, Desamume. But it will be hosting the big last tournament and basically doing a retrospective on Rush Duel in Duel Links for its first year. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do a release stream, Guy Bassis, because I do work that night, and I'm not really gonna take the day off to do that. But later that day, so basically like 8 hours after World release, I'll come home and we'll play with the new toys. All right, so Shiki is going to go for the cheese play. Bish Balkan, flood the field. Activating our skill here, we're going to go ahead and turn one of those tokens into a chair. We'll then link off for the Nightmare Phoenix. Wait. Okay, flip. Goes for the Photon Papler Operative. Go to attack position. Rank up. Varian's Force. Come forth, number 39 Ultimate. Well, not number 39, but Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray. We go to battle. Lethal. You cheese me. I think not, I cheese you. And we take game number 1. You know, I wanna feel bad, but at the same time, you kind of got what you deserved, if we're being honest. You kind of got what you deserved. Average gameplay in the KC, not gonna lie. Fair. Okay, so we're apparently just... hold. We're gonna do it again. No, we will get hit with the Defect Veiler. Negate. Copy Plant will not level modulate. Set 1 back row. Activates Necro World Banshee. Bring forth the zombie world. You are all now zombies. Well, we would need to get rid of the zombie world to be able to go for the Utopia play here. We can't rank... You need to rank up a warrior into a warrior. These are zombies. That said, if we can make a Deltaros or the like. In before no other name in hand. What? Did Shiki just will that into existence? Apologies again for the coughing. Trying to mute it when I can. I am still recovering post-COVID, and this cough has been endless. Triple the back row. We can go for the Vespinato Pierce. What's more cringe, Bishlock or Dr. Dinosaurio? Easily Dr. Dinosaurio. Come on now. Constantly getting asked to play Overwatch with him? Oh, hell no. Normal summons our Sorcière de Fleur. We're going to be able to revive our opponent's Effect Veiler. Treacherous trap hole. Get poppin'. We'll take out the Sorcière. We'll take out the Splendid Rose. Leaving just the Effect Veiler. In response, we shall activate our Forbidden Droplet to negate the Vespinato. We're going to activate our skill here, send that monster back to the graveyard, allowing us to go for a Sorcière de Fleur from the deck. We go to battle. What day do you think the ban list will come out? Unfortunately, not for a while. Well, I mean, not, I say a while, but I'm guessing like end of the week. Activating our skill here, it's just a matter of cleaning up. We go Scales and Scepter. Flip, flip. We can now go for the Deltaro summon. Pop the 2 on the field, and that will be lethal. When will the KC Cup deck list start coming out? Probably I figured they'll probably be done in the next day or two. I don't expect them to be too long with it. So, okay. That will be Psycho moving on to the grand finals. We go to the other side of the bracket. Lightning Kyoto. Welcome, welcome. So good of you to join us, my friend. All right, other side of the bracket. With a mirror match.
Duel.
Okay. No birds in finals? Well, Reign of 11, do remember this is the Meta Weekly. We tend to have a slightly smaller turnout in this particular tournament due to the sub requirement to join the event, which does limit the number of potential decks in the tournament. And that said, we did have, it was the second most played, but I believe most of them lost like within halfway through the tournament. We go for the needle ceiling pop. And then our opponent, knowing that we're going to be able to go for the papillooperative OTK, will instantly scoop. They really need to remove the papillooperative into Utopia OTK. You can burn through so much back row, get interrupted so many times, and then it's like, still have lethal. I do suspect that we'll get hit in some fashion. I don't know how, but... Alright, Dark Tuner up a game.
Duel.
And one moment, be right back. Okay, we are back. And just in time for Dark Tuner to finish it in a 2-0 victory. Okay, well done. Moving on to the grand finals. To face off against Psycho. New Mimighoul are fun. What do you mean by that? I'm not sure I believe you. There's also a big difference between fun and winning. Did they get some kind of new support or something? Or are you just talking about what they already currently have? Fun doesn't matter when you're winning. I can't believe I'm silver 4. The climb continues, Lightning. Onwards to gold. Why did you turn off the ability to spectate? What is wrong with you? You guys will make fun of your deck? No, we won't. Lightning, real talk, this particular community, I do I really focus on making sure this is a kind and welcoming community. So if anyone were to even make fun of your deck, I would ban them. People are not going to be cringe here. Speedroid and Clear Dragons. That's a perfectly fine deck. Alrighty, welcome to the grand finals. We have Dark Tuner versus Psycho. Psycho will be going first here. Starting things off, we are going to go for Star Seraph Scepter. We're then going to use our skill to get double scale. We're going to go for the absolutely disgusting draw 3 play here. Summoning number 102, Star Seraph Sentry. Because we are a 3 material rank 4, our scales will trigger to make any summons from the hand draw us a card. And what do you know? Sovereignty is going to draw us 3 there, setting 3 back row. Good luck, gamer. We're going to go for the Book of Eclipse, flip everything face down. Using our skill here. We're going to go for the Sage. Replacing one of our flipped down materials. We then have the option to either use the effect of the Sage, or we have yet to normal summon. It does look like we are going to go for the Sage effect here. Isn't it exciting, Kisara? We're gonna go for the Nightmare Phoenix. Get poppin'. Start working on that back row. It is another Book of Eclipse. What is this a link for, by the way? What am I looking at? Set introduction and gameplay mechanics. Okay, we got Billy yapping. I'm just trying to, like, skim through here very quickly. We kind of know everything coming out in this set, though. Did they reveal what rarity the, Molcharmi is? We go to battle. Takes out the Nightmare Phoenix. Because of the skill, we can go for the double attack. Clearing the opponent's board, we will flip up, give our opponent a draw 3. Alright, well, we will have the ability to just go for OTK now, unless we specifically drew into an Effect Veiler. Kapler Operative, effect activates. We do have the Effect Veiler. Okay. That's huge. That is huge. He goes for the rank up. This is not going to be lethal then. Yoinks the material. Goes for Effect Veiler number 2. Oh my Jesus. Wait. This effect activation and effect cannot be negated! Bro! So we can attach no matter what, but we are negated as far as the reduction goes. Wait, hold. Forbidden Droplet. Reduce. Lethal. Dark Tuner don't care. He will find a way to your life points. One way or the other. To game 2. Very demure duel. Not sure what you mean by that, Hans. I'm distracting myself, though. Because I kind of want to see... Did they announce the rarities yet? For the new set? No, the new TCG one, sorry. Sorry for... They, like, showcased a bunch of new stuff from the Rage of the Abyss. And, like, people are actually saying the Mimigal stuff looks legitimately good, which is kind of shocking. I do wonder if it actually ends up being meta, or if it's just people getting excited for a pet deck. We'll see. All right, we are going to be able to draw 2, set 3, pass the turn. All right, Dark Tuner was able to play through it before. Psycho, can you? We're going to go for the blind MST, successfully hitting a forbidden droplet. Get out of here. Activating our skill, we're going to go Sage into Scepter. Flip, flip. Normal summons the Seraph Scale. Flip the Book of Eclipse. Now we know that Psycho does run Effect Veiler. So these draws could draw him into more disruption, although Dark Tuner was able to obviously play through that. Is it good, the new Mimigal support? I haven't had a chance to read it myself, but people whose opinions I trust have been saying it looks pretty good. Like, most of the new cards are apparently pretty solid, except for, like, one of them, which is, like, the armor. We do hit another Forbidden Droplet. Prismatic this time. What's the game plan? So we go for the pop, hitting the bluffed rank up magic. So we're going to YOLO go for the Papler Operative, hoping that we did not draw into any sort of interruption. Oh, surely we did. Made an Ancient Gear surrender because I used a tuner that uses an opponent's monster to synchro summon. That is delightfully rude of you, Lightning. In a good way. Wait. We're discarding... I'm very confused about this play. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and activate the Book of Eclipse, which means that Psycho is going to win this turn, as we can just go for the OTK line. Mimigul Xyz are non-target bounce and multiple destruction up to the face-down monster's opponent's control. Pretty good. The question becomes, though, Cajole, how is that going to do against, like, Azamina? Azamina Fiendsmith pile decks. Why does it do this? Why does it make it so that I can't? All right, final game.
Duel.
All right, so we do go for double scale here. No, only one, sorry. Okay, hold on. No, how? Only one. We will then set 1, set 2, set 3. Yeah, good luck, gamer. Going for the skill here. We're going to go scale into Scepter. Normal summons. A scale. Book of Eclipse, get flippin'. We're going to go for a Sovereignty. Adds a copy of Barion's Force to the hand. Set 1, set 2, set 3. End of the turn. Get flippin', draw. Bro, come on. Double MST. Hitting the bluffed rank up Barian Force and 1 Book of Eclipse, leaving us with only 1 form of interruption, which we can easily force out. Most likely. We're gonna go for the treacherous trap hole. And we're just dead. Book of Eclipse is a card of all time. Yeah. It was a bit of a mistake. Our only hope here is that we have an Effect Veiler. So did out of curiosity, anybody here, did you watch the reveal stream? The reason I ask is because Galzo on Twitter posts, this reveal stream was a step in the right direction in how a card game should communicate with its audience. Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG is listening and acting on community suggestions in a great step forward in communication, transparency, and creating some hype. More of this and more often. I'm genuinely confused. What could have possibly happened during the stream that is quote-unquote acting on community suggestions? Sometimes it feels like people are so desperate for literally anything from Konami that no. I don't know. It just feels like come on, really? What could they have possibly done? It sounds like the stream was literally just, here's the cards coming. Like, okay, that's cool, but that's just an advertisement. Monster Reborn! Bring back the Star Seraph. Okay, hold. We can go for TCG Overrush Rare, if only. Deltaros, pop 2. We can then pop a 3rd, clearing the way for lethal. Potentially. Actually, this is... pretty sure this is, like, unstoppable lethal. We do get negated. Okay, hold. So, by Veilering the Deltaros, we leave one body on the field. We go for the Utopia Ray here. But we cannot get to the opponent's life points just yet. Never mind. Normal summon Star Seraph Scale because we still had not done so. And Utopia Ray will finish with 55 direct. And Dark Tuner will be your winner today, showing off the power of Star Seraph and why it will likely be the recipient of a hit on the upcoming ban list. Well done! Pretty much, Blushy. Okay. Go and show off some of the decks from today's tournament. Hello, Lady Jasmine of Olivine. Good to see you. All right, Dark Tuner. We are on triple book, triple droplet, double MST, one monster reborn with 6, 9, 11 monsters. Fairly standard extra deck at this point. What's really funny is you're using Yugo for your Speedroid deck. What are you talking about? That's what you should be doing. Have I watched all of the Yu-Gi-Oh animes? I've watched all of them, but not all of them to full completion. The only ones that I've finished are DM, 5Ds, Arc 5, and Vrains. I've not actually finished fully GX or Zexal. GX I find incredibly boring in the later seasons. I'm sorry. Well, I technically find it kind of boring regardless. And then Zexal I had so much trouble getting into just because I hate Yuma. How can someone watch Arc 5 but not Zexal? Because I hate Yuma. Rookies. Shiki. Like, there's a lot of side characters to enjoy in something like Zexal. Like, I can watch for somebody like Shay. We have Sebastian on 30 card Wind Witch. We got Goomba with Bishbalkan Cringe. We have Lintu. Star Seraph. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand that for many people, Zexal gets better later on. If I don't identify with a character quickly, I can't finish it. So, for example, I was never able to play Final Fantasy VIII to completion because I found the main character of that game so incredibly like, I literally wanted that character to self-delete. That game is so incredibly bad. Che on birds. If you're gonna have a character that dots me, they better be endearing in some fashion. Bird de Fleur. What in the absolute hell is this, Saga Zaga? Bird flu? Oh no. We cannot call it... No. It cannot be bird flu. Please. That cannot be the name. No, no, no. Please. Iplin on Fluorpile. Juninho. Shiranui. Carrot. Shadal. Yusuf. We are on a really hateful list. Holy crap, we are running triple poisonous winds. Haluka. Deflor Dogmatica. Wait, no, hold on. Yeah. And Jasmine. Time Thief. Alrighty. And that was today's Dueling Meta Weekly. Thank you for all the duelists who entered in it today, as always. If you would like to join in these particular events, you simply need to be subbed to DK on Twitch and be a member of the DLM Discord. Can we do the Mech Knight Crusadia one? Oh, let me find that really quick. This lost first round, so don't put too much stock into it. Yup. So as mentioned, if you want to be able to join these events, you need to be a sub member of the DLM Discord. In addition to that, we also host many other events throughout the week, both on this channel and others. Exclamation point Discord, and you can join the Grand Central Station Discord. Our goal is to eventually get as many different tournament organizers playing or hosting through here as possible. Currently, it is just me and Acceleration Gate. I host events on Wednesdays and Sundays. Acceleration Gate hosts events on Saturdays and sometimes Fridays. So we have stuff throughout a bunch of different days of the week. Can you guys still join? Absolutely! You are more than welcome to. Can I let you into the finals? No. Now, I did say that I was probably going to do some ladder afterwards, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm actually going to go ahead and pass. We're going to put that off until tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and bring today's event to an end. Let us go ahead and find somebody to raid. Can I let you into my DMs? Absolutely. Actually, Muscovy, if it was anyone else, I'd say yes. For you, I got you, buddy. Do we have the Rush Duel tournament still going on? Yes. We're going to raid Monosync, who is hosting the Rush Duel Links tournament. Stop by, give him some love. And yeah, we'll do a ladder stream tomorrow, so probably normal time. Probably be like a 2 to 3 hour stream. I'm gonna try out some new decks, or not new decks, but I'm gonna play probably like I have a Wind Witch build I want to play, so we will see you then.